Welcome back to another episode of Light Beer, Dark Money. I'm Sean Noble.
I'm Chris Clements.
You know, we are on day 22 of the shutdown.
Of the Schumer Shutdown, as
Schumer
it's been so rightfully named.
And, you know, it continues to vex the Democrats because, you know, it's now getting to the point where you have military not getting paid.
Well, they're going to be putting up a standing bill to try to pay the military and some first responders and some other folks. Democrats are opposing it, and even Speaker Johnson said that he would call a special session to vote on that, which is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
You know, in the meantime, you know, we have an AG here that we just had a guest talking about that you'll see next week. We have an AG here suing the U.S. Congress for not seating Adelita Grijalva.
But here's the thing that
just performative. I guess I bring that up because it's all performative.
Right.
It's all just junk.
But one of the things that I wanted to point out, because here we are, October 23rd, and yesterday there were a number of interviews that Democrats gave that really exposed what this is about. This isn't about helping people. This is about political grandstanding.
Oh, of course. It's about raising money.
This is Rep. Catherine Clark. She's the number 2 House Democrat. She's right under Hakeem Jeffries. Says there will be families that are going to suffer, but it is one of the few leverage times we have.
Yeah.
So you American people need to suffer because it's giving us the only leverage we have.
But they have no leverage. That's right. That's the one thing they haven't figured out yet.
Yeah.
There's no leverage in this.
No.
A clean CR was passed. The Democrats have been passing clean CR, well, not really even clean CRs, but CRs as far as the eye can see for the past decade.
Yeah. I mean, so here's some more quotes. Well, one, Chuck Schumer, who's completely out of touch, is saying every day gets better for us.
Yeah, Chuck.
So the more that the American people suffer, the better it is for the Democrats.
I think we saw with the Bernie and Sandy Cortez town hall last week that Sandy has no intention of challenging Chucky Schumer. She's shooting for the presidency.
She's going for the presidency.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, Bernie Sanders says if you reopen the government, we lose our leverage.
We lose our leverage.
Then Martin Heinrich, Democrat senator in New Mexico. It just gives the president more leverage if we vote to pay troops, TSA agents, and law enforcement.
But they're missing the broader point, right? They're missing the broader point of what our friend Ross Vogt is doing right now. And that's, I mean, tens of thousands of positions are being eliminated. Now, granted, it's a federal workforce of over 2 million.
Right.
So it doesn't even make an impact. But if you're going to say to the American population that we are restructuring the federal government so that non-essentials are gone for the time being, and we are only paying our essential personnel. Well, why in the world do you need the non-essentials to ever come back?
And that's what Russ is doing. He's like, okay, well, if you're not essential, then maybe you're gone forever.
Yeah. You can fight that out in court if you like.
Yeah. I mean,
it just makes no sense.
So the latest I've heard is that Schumer wants this to be the longest shutdown ever. Now that
for what
seems
purpose?
Weird. I don't know. I mean, he literally, I think, is so frightened of the left wing of this party, the Democratic Party, that he is literally a hostage.
My jaw is dropping because I just don't understand what the end game would be.
The end game is just to prove to the base, we can keep the government shut down longer than anybody else.
Okay.
And then what?
Yeah. And then what?
So you did this this has just been performative for your radical base?
Yeah. And then what incentive do Republicans ever have to work with you on anything?
Never.
Ever. Yeah. So it doesn't make any sense. I mean, and he can't buy into the whole AOC Sandy Cortez thing that she's going to primary him at this point.
I think he's definitely afraid of that because she could.
Well, a number of people could. The future mayor of New York.
Yeah,
could.
Mondami could.
I mean, he could get really full of himself after creating free bus rides and government run
grocery stores.
that he wants to take that to America.
Can you imagine government-run grocery stores?
In New York,
Oh, my God.
putting all those independent grocery stores out of business. And that's basically what it's going to do.
Yeah. I mean,
I read today that over 650 rabbis in New York have signed a letter opposing him.
Oh, wow.
Finally. Like, you know.
I think it's a little too late. I don't see how he doesn't win at this point.
And I made a comment to somebody the other day. Maybe we made it on the show that, you know, one of the biggest problems with New York now is they've allowed so many Muslim refugees into the city, hundreds of thousands. And many, during the pandemic, many of the people who would oppose Imam Downing are gone.
Yeah.
You know, the electorate that existed 10 years ago is gone,
Yeah.
which was a sort of a permanent pseudo-capitalist, democratic, you know, oligarchy
Right.
in many ways.
Right.
And if your first worst choice is a Cuomo,
Yeah.
you know, someone who just completely torpedoed himself upwards, downwards, and
I mean, we said this in
rightwards.
the last episode. We showed the clip from the debate. I mean, Cuomo did not come across well, and Mondami is like,
He's
"Look,
lost.
This is the guy that killed people during
Killed
COVID,"
grandma.
which is true.
Kill grandma. You can't argue with that point.
Can't argue. Just astounding.
And I'm going to lead with integrity and versus what Cuomo has, which is zero integrity on any of these issues. And you know what? He wasn't wrong.
I mean, I don't know what kind of integrity is on Zahir?
Zohan.
No.
Zoran.
Zoran Mondami?
Zoran.
Zoran.
I don't know.
We're going to have to get this right. My
Yeah, we
goodness.
keep getting messing it up.
Just
It's sort of like
bonkers.
Kamala.
No, it's
Yeah,
Kamala.
No, Kamala. Sandy Cortez, AOC.
It's AOC.
Yeah, Sandy Cortez.
Alexandria.
Bartender from
Ocasio-Cortez.
Westchester.
So, anyway, the shutdown, I think, is going to hurt Democrats in the long run. And this will, I think, be yet another example of the Democrats not learning lessons about how to present themselves as a governing majority. So when we get to the midterms, this could have some pretty...
Well,
I mean, I keep in mind that the previous times we've had shutdowns right before or leading up to the Virginia governor's race, it's been bad for Republican candidates. I don't think that's the case this time.
No, well, it's not being led by Republicans. It's not being led by Ted Cruz.
Yeah.
It's not being led by, folks, just Republicans in general. And usually it's the Republicans who believe that they can make some sort of point about spending who lead the shutdown.
And in this
Make some
case,
point about the budget.
And what's crazy is that the Republicans passed the Democrat budget, just continued that same Biden-level spending.
I mean,
and the Democrats are like, no, we can't do that.
Yeah, that actually is not a point that I think Speaker Johnson is making enough in his daily press conferences.
Yeah, they need to just
they need to
continue
make that point even more clear that this is a Biden budget. This is a budget that was passed with under Democratic rule.
Yes.
And we are simply moving on. We didn't dox it up with a lot of our priorities, which normally that's what would have happened.
Yeah, that's why they call it a clean CR, because there's literally nothing's changed. It is the budget the Democrats passed.
Democrats are perplexed and lost that they had no viable alternative to the big bad ass beautiful bill, and that is being implemented at this time, and the economic realities of that bill will take hold. And the country and the economy will be better for it.
Yeah.
And that scares the Democrats more than anything. So they're trying to make a false issue out of Obamacare subsidies, which went from 75% support to 85% support for people making 450% of the poverty level.
Yeah.
So if they dropped back down to 75%, you're not really losing anything.
Right. I mean,
it's a false issue
Yeah.
that they're trying to scare people on.
that they created. This is
they are literally admitting that Obamacare is
a failure.
a complete and total failure.
Yeah.
that it has to be propped up by government spending and subsidies to even make it viable so people will take advantage of it.
And folks, that's the absurdity of the Democratic platform.
Absolutely.
So,
Well,
all right.
that and boys should be able to play in women's sports, and the borders is totally secure.
Yeah. When there are millions of people flowing
Two
through.
of the great lies of the Democratic Party that they continue to pay for today.
Yep.
And probably will pay for in this election and future ones.
I think so. I think we're not done seeing the payment
Yes.
structure of that.
Yeah.
All right.
People don't want that.
Thanks for listening, folks.
Remember, we are a podcast of faith, freedom, and free enterprise, the founding principles of our great republic.
The great nation of the United States of America.
God
Take
bless
care.
you.
See ya.
Bye.